sick after just a few minutes. So parents take turns digging out the 8 bodies they found buried in a ditch.
Compañeros, dejen de trabajar poquito, aléguense y se quitan el cubrebocas, se lo cambian y vuelven a agarrar otra vez, por favor. No pueden trabajar más de 8 minutos en la fosa.
That was Eddie Carrillo, warning volunteers not to spend too much time near the bodies. Carrillo is the founder of a collective called Todos Somos Eric Carrillo. It's made up of people who help each other find missing relatives. Carrillo named the collective after his own son, who vanished in 2018 while visiting his mother in Tijuana. Roughly 50 people joined the search party that day. Carrillo says none of them should be out there. That's the government's job.
Nosotros no tenemos por qué estar aquí buscando a las familias desaparecidas. Aquí está la Comisión Local de Búsqueda con la Fiscalía haciendo este tipo de búsquedas.
He says government officials are doing nothing, so parents must scour the landscape for their lost relatives themselves. There are currently 12,000 missing people in Baja California. Governor Marina del Pilar Ávila says that her administration is prioritizing these cases. The state agency tasked with finding missing persons says it found 90 people last year, compared to just 10 the year before. Critics say that progress is not good enough. Most of the 90 missing people found were dead and accounted for less than 1% of all missing person cases in Baja California. Francisco Osegueda founded the original collective made up of parents of missing children back in 2008. He says the agency tasked with finding the missing is underfunded and only has 6 investigators. That's not nearly enough to find the thousands of missing people in the state, he says.
Aquí dentro de la Fiscalía hay nada más 6 agentes investigadores que trabajan en el área de la Fiscalía en el tema de los desaparecidos.
Osegueda says that the government is not conducting thorough investigations. It's emblematic of a larger problem in Mexico, where murders and robberies often go uninvestigated. So why would the government investigate missing people?
Es que no hay investigación en nada, pues, hombre, ¿para qué nos hacemos bola con eso? No hay investigación en los desaparecidos, no hay desaparición en los homicidios.
Despite being less than 3 years old, Carrillo's collective has more than 400 members. Josefina Martinez joined soon after her son went missing on December 26, 2001. She says state officials assigned an investigator to the case, but no one has ever called her about it.
Yo no he tenido ni una llamada de parte de ellos. Me pusieron los agentes. Jamás me llamaron, nunca me han llamado. Yo tengo que andar llamando y no me contestan.
She also says they won't return her calls. And that's a common refrain among members of the search party. Carrillo says police view victims with suspicion. They assume that people who disappear are tied to organized crime or were up to no good.
Los sentencias rápidamente, cuando vas a poner una denuncia te dicen, no, pues su hijo andaba mal, su esposo era narco, su tío era asaltante.
Carrillo says investigators often tell loved ones things like, your son runs with the wrong crowd, your husband is a narco, or your uncle is a thug. Raúl Cornejo is another member of the collective. He joined in February, shortly after his brother went missing. Cornejo says the collective is like a family. Parents of missing children come together, bonded by the pain. He says they find hope in their shared mission to find their loved ones.
Encontramos un trato como de familia, porque encontramos personas con el mismo dolor, con el mismo sentimiento, buscando la misma causa.
It's been nearly 6 months since he last heard anything about his brother. But Cornejo refuses to give up, because doing that would be like admitting that his brother is gone forever.
Porque el tomar una decisión de decir no lo voy a ir a buscar el día de hoy es como sentir que le estoy quedando mal a mi hermano.
The collective is still waiting to discover the identities of the 8 bodies they found last week. Parents submitted DNA samples, hoping to find a match. Gustavo Solis, KPBS News.
Así es, este es el resultado del trabajo que se hace día con día